welcome back. My name is Tristan and you are watching the Trading Setup channel. Now, a couple of positions open since our last video. A lot of red for today's market. Lots of bearish altcoins due to mainly a Bitcoin that's struggling around the 48k. If you can remember in the last video I posted, what we needed for full bull mode was a clean sweep of the 48k. I mean, I suppose, you could kind of call that a clean sweep, but it's just immediately back below. That's not exactly what we were looking for. So bull mode for Bitcoin currently is on pause. Not sure what's going to happen. There's not much need to kind of predict what's going to happen now. We just wait for price to kind of form some price action around this level and see what happens. If we can stay above 48k, that's bullish. If we're going back below, and then it could be a further correction to come. I think if we do move lower for Bitcoin, first we may pop up higher above this level, kind of this resistance level here, and gain some liquidity before we're moving down. I don't think price is just going to move sharply down from here. It will have to pop up higher, gain some liquidity, move lower. But let's just see what happens. Let price action form a trend at least, and then we'll start on what to do. Now, in the meantime, we can play some shorts on some other cryptos. Last video, we spoke about .USD. I did short this just here, and I got stopped out, and I shorted again once we've broken this trend line. It's moving quite nicely now. I took profit around about here, which is a little bit early, but this kind of indecision here with these two candles on the 4-hour chart made me nervous. Price did pop up back higher, and now we're moving lower. The only thing really stopping us from an absolute tank to the downside is this level of support here. So I'm waiting to see what happens here before I jump into another trade. If we get a bounce, potentially we could move higher, but like I said, with Bitcoin in chart mode and still technically not in the bull mode, things are going to continue to be bearish and move to the downside. So .USD, nice trade from last week, and let's just see what happens now with this level. If we can move below here, form some kind of trend, we can add more short positions. TRX against Bitcoin, same thing. We're going to be moving bearish until Bitcoin resumes its bull mode. It's a little bit of a terrible setup. I know price is moving here. There's just not a great place to put your stop loss anywhere. So this is not one I'm looking to trade currently. The overall grand scheme of things, I am still have a long trade. You can see, let's go to the weekly actually. I do have a large swing position on this currency. I'm not too bothered if I get stopped out on this. I think overall, once Bitcoin does gain some bullish momentum, this is going to be a good trade. Potential for more shorts to follow though. Like I said, not a great place to jump in the market. We need a better kind of level of support. Maybe once we've broken below this support, we can get into a nice short trade. Algo USD, not much has changed. We did get an attempt. Well, I was expecting price to move below this level. I didn't have the chance to short it. It's kind of good that we did, because we did move aggressively back up. This is kind of the liquidity thing. I mentioned with Bitcoin how price is going to pop up higher, gain some liquidity, and then continue to the downside. This is kind of what's happened here. We've moved to the lower, everybody gets short, and then it stops everybody out. Price moves back up higher. But so for the most part, the sentiment hasn't changed. We still have this level of support, and we need to see what happens. I can get rid of this trend line now. It's not really serving much purpose. So Algo's just one I'm sitting back and watching. Keep this one on your hit list, because there's going to be a good trade coming off here soon. Just need to see what happens. See if this support holds. I don't think we're going to get another scenario like this where we're going to move below it, get liquidity, and then move in the opposite direction. I think price has exhausted that option. Let's see what happens over the next weekend. This is going to be a pretty critical weekend for Bitcoin. Just seeing what happens with this 48k level. It's going to be a tough weekend. I'm just bearish at the minute. It's too much red. I'm bearish until we're above 48k. Same thing with ADA, Cardano, whatever you want to call it. We have this level of support. It is holding quite nicely. Things are looking very bearish. We have a high there, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. It's going. Things are looking now like we are going to take a bounce. So a potential long, you could up here. You know, we're gonna need quite a tight stop loss. Let's drop down to the hourly. We could hop into a trade here and try and get a nice bounce. But considering all of these wicks have been lower than the previous one, it doesn't give you much upside to actually make this a profitable trade. You could just add a small position here. I'm going to see what happens with this hourly candle. If we can engulf this bearish hourly candle here, then I may take a long position, but only small. And I'm going to keep my top stop loss as tight as possible just to make it more profitable trade. As again, with the wicks are just getting lower and lower, this could just be adding more pressure to the downside sentiment. So a nice long position here. We'll see how things can hold up at the moment. Bitcoin needs to be above 48k, and that's pretty much it. Not much has changed. We had a good trade and analysis of this dot setup, but let's see what's happened now. We've had quite a bearish morning. What time is it now? It's 10 past 12. Very bearish morning. Let's see if the market kind of can recover over the next few hours. Why not talk about Sol? Everyone's into NFTs at the moment. It's not really an avenue that I've explored, and it's quite an expensive avenue to explore, to be honest. You need a lot of money to try and make good, wise, and solid investments within the market. Sol USD, looking to short. A lot of traders who, let's say, if you aren't on Binance, don't actually have leverage for this. You can only spot trade this, so it's a little bit difficult for a lot of you smaller account guys to actually make this profitable. Apart from this level here, there's not much support below for Sol, and I think things could get a lot worse. Let's see what happens if we get a bounce around this level. But below here, there's nothing stopping this from going back to, to fucking zero. It's going to be a tough trade. A tough day for the NFT traders. So guys, just keeping it short and sweet, just to recap on the market. Thank you for joining me again. Make sure you follow me on the social medias. I'll try and keep as active as I can. And I will be back perhaps on Sunday to drop a little recap, see what's happened over the weekend, see what's lining up with these trades. Thank you all for watching, guys. Talk soon.